here's an interesting word. I'm going to put a star next to it again. Empowerment. Most people don't understand this word. I'm going to explain it to you with a story. Not too far from here is a bank branch that I've been going to for years. Over there, many years ago, worked a bank teller. He was a fantastic bank teller. He took pride in his work. He was, I don't know, maybe 5'2" in stature, but he was like a black belt in karate. He was efficient. He counted the money with crispness. You know how some people count off money that it kind of makes a snapping sound? This guy would never made a mistake. He was fantastic. One day, there was a robbery. His job description said, give the robber the money, throw in one of those explosive money packets.
Maybe closer to 3:30. I apologize.
Okay,
Right?
and let him go.
Right.
Well, the guy did that, and then when the bank robber left, he jumped over the counter, chased the guy down with a bag of money, kicked his ass, called the police, and waited until they showed up. It was in the papers. The bank got the money back, they thanked him, and immediately fired him. That's some gratitude, don't you think? Why did they fire him? Any ideas?
He didn't follow standard operating procedure.
Exactly. He was not empowered. He was not granted an authority to chase anyone down, kick anybody's ass, and call the police. Okay? He wasn't given that set of powers. That's what empowerment means, to give somebody power or authority to do something. This guy risked his life foolishly over a bag of money. He could have been killed. He could have been wounded. He could have placed other people in danger. And that's why the bank, no matter how good this teller was, didn't want him around. Yeah. There was another story out of California. That was, I forgot, time flies. It may have been around 10 years ago. No, maybe a little bit less. There was a lifeguard on the California beach. And I don't know if you've seen beaches in California. They're huge, right? There's like a beach over here, and you have a lifeguard tower over here, lifeguard tower over here, lifeguard tower over here, okay? And each lifeguard tower has a sector of the beach that they're patrolling. Now, this guy is watching his sector, but he sees over here, there's a guy drowning. This guy doesn't see that. So what this dude does, he goes outside of his area, saves this guy's life, comes back, and then he gets fired. Why? Because he went outside of his zone. And what happened when he abandoned his post? If there would be 3 people drowning over here while he's in this guy's sector, saving this guy's life. Now, granted, due to the public's outcry and support, the Recreation and Parks Commission had to hire this guy back because he actually did save somebody's life and he was functioning as a lifeguard. But of course, I understand the rationale. In the military, they put guards or sentries outside of different places. Your job is to guard that post, not another post. Your job description explicitly states that you are to guard your post until such time that you're properly relieved, not to go to the other post. No, you are to stand right here. You cannot abandon your post unless you're properly relieved. And that's what people don't understand about the word empowerment. They concentrate on the concept of receiving power, but they fail to notice that it actually gives people limitations. And the limitations are real because you cannot step out of the comfort zone. I was teaching a CPR class. Every so often I teach CPR classes, first aid classes, to people. Usually large groups that, I don't normally like to do that. But people get apprehensive about doing CPR. Well, what if people sue you? That, well, crazy people will do that. But unless you step out of the zone of your training, unless you start practicing field surgery instead of CPR, nobody's going to touch you. So you're empowered to do chest compressions and rescue breaths, but you're not empowered to do surgery with your pocket knife. You see what I'm saying? That's what empowerment actually means, is when somebody gives you authority, but to be in a specific place to do a specific job. It doesn't mean that, hey, Steve, you are now empowered. Okay, congratulations. I come into the department and say, I'm empowered. Kneel before me. I am the new manager. No, son, you're not the new manager. You are going to be working in the decontamination room. You're going to be washing instruments as they come in. That's what I empower you to do, not anything else. Am I making myself clear?
Yes.
Good. Now, I'm going to give you the book definition and then I'm going to write it down. Empowerment is an act of granting authority. It's an act of granting authority. To whom? To the employees. To do what? To make decisions in their area. An act of granting authority to employees to make decisions, most important words, in their area. Act of granting authority to employees in their area. Act of granting authority, blah, 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 in their area. Remember that, folks. It is both kind of demeaning and empowering at the same time. When somebody says, here you go, Steve, that's your table, that's what you do. But I want to go to the other table. But you know what? That other table may have many, many, many more responsibilities. You know what? I'm going to like it right over here on my table. And over here, this is my kingdom. This is where I do my work. This is great. And unless the people on the next table are doing something immoral, unethical, or illegal, I'm going to stick to my area. Am I making sense?